Hello Gundam fans, Totaro speaking. This is the review of Otakon 2011 that happened just this last weekend on July 29th through the 31st, I believe? Yes, 29th to 31st. And then the Thursday before that for the con badge pickup. So I'm going to be going over everything instead of doing, a day on, because usually I do like a day zero kind of thing, kind of like showing you what comes in the packet. I decided to just do it this way and show you everything at once. So this might be a little bit of a long video, but at the end of the video I will be showing what I got, and I will be talking about what happened and what I did. So let's just get started and get this over quickly. Sorry about that. So on Thursday the 28th, I believe, I went down to I came directly from work and got picked up by a couple of friends, and then I went to the Baltimore Convention Center where there was almost no line. Last time I didn't encounter any line, but this time there was a slight line. So I got my badge, and they had Tiger and Bunny, this, Sacred 7, and I don't think anything else. Oh, anything else that was interesting at least. So I decided to get the Gundam 00 Awakening of the Trailblazer. So here you see Setsuna, Alleluia, Cheria, Lock-On, Graham, practically the cover. Here you see my name and my handle, I guess, Chichario. And here's the holographic saying, this is an official badge. And on the back, I wrote down my name and Twitter and everything like that, but I covered it up for this video. So this is the badge. And within it, you got this stuff. You got a bookmark, relief for Japan, tells you some information. Where is it? Oh shoot. The schedule, which I marked up just 5 minutes ago, because I'm going to be talking about how I ended up using the schedule. Looks like a bumper sticker or something for Nico Nico. I might have gotten this somewhere else. I can't remember. But yeah, they have a couple of things. A booklet. Oops. Shoot. Wow, there's not enough space in this desk. A booklet. This year the theme was racing or motorcycles or motor vehicles or something. But here you can see 2011, motoring through Baltimore again. Pole positions. Here you see him in motocross, and you see the characters and the famous crab. On the back you see Rurouni Kenshin, Blue Exorcist, and I don't know how to pronounce it, honestly. And for Aniplex. And here you get practically a kind of an overview of all the guests who's coming. Johnny Young Bosch came. He usually does voicing. A lot of people from Bandai and Sunrise came. And the voice actors for Haruhi Suzumiya for the English cast, I believe. And this year was actually really full in terms of premieres, because there was the Trigun's Badlands Rumble was premiered here, or it was kind of part of the U.S. tour, and also Full Metal Alchemist, Ghost of something, no, the Sacred Star of Milos, which is the Brotherhood movie, and then they also featured Haruhi Suzumiya, but I'm going to talk and rant a little bit about that in a minute. So yeah, here you see some 2010 costume gallery. Costumes that I saw all over the place were Doctor Who. Let's see, Doctor Who, Minecraft. Some people went like regular dress up, but then they had like the boxy head, and I saw some full get-ups here and there. A lot of like maid and other things like that. So really good costumes. I didn't get as many pictures as I wanted though. So oh well. Then you get a little short book, like a schedule companion that describes every panel. And again, the schedule. I believe I showed that. And then you got a little bag to hold it all in. So on Thursday, I picked up my badge, and then they were having, I guess for the first time ever, a Matsuri festival, where like they had little like booths for everyone to be in. Had a lot of fun. They were having concerts, like Johnny Young Bosch's band or something like that played, and they had a huge autograph session. But we got there on the tail end just because all of my friends had just gotten off work also. So after that we left, and I came back, and I did practically a mad dash to finish every one of my projects for the Otakon / Bandai competition, the Gundam Builders World Cup competition that Bluefin and Otakon held. So that was pretty. So I practically got this done like the night before. I turned it in and stuff like that. So I was really glad it got done because I had worked on it really hard. So going through the schedule, after Thursday night I went to hang out with my friends, but we stayed out a little too late. And unfortunately I missed what I wanted to go to in the morning, which was the Japanese figures and anime. I've gotten a little bit into, I guess, collecting. I'm not totally on, but I mean, I pick the characters I get. Like, as you saw, a lot of my unboxings featured the SH Figure Arts line, like the Kazuma and Ixa and Zabi, or Dabi. So I decided, so after that, I wanted to go to that, and I unfortunately missed it because I overslept. Kind of hard to believe because I'm usually really good about waking up for Otakon. So I woke up around 11:30, showered, got ready, and then because I had to take the bus down since I don't have my own car or bike, I had to figure out the bus schedule. So I ended up really missing the Anime Parliament, which is a really fun event that if you go to any of the cons and it's being held, go to it. It's really interesting, and bring a case. They're really interesting. Like they decide the age of consent for anime characters, and that's how, you know, that's how the adults in Ava and stuff like that aren't really held accountable for too much because they give their consent. So unfortunately I missed that, but then I ended up turning in my projects for the Otakon competition, and on that day I went as Cake Boss, or Kogami from Kamen Rider O's, and I got noticed here and there. You know, it is an anime convention, not like a toku or a drama convention, so the fact that I got recognized was very surprising. And so right now I'm going to show you what I brought in for the projects, going from the smallest to the biggest. So for my first SD kit, I finished my Ryubi custom. Ryubi. I painted the Ryubi. Everything is painted, including the eyes, because I lost the stickers. You can see it's a little rough in spots. I'm going to do an official photo shoot / video review for him. So if you don't see the details now, you'll get them later. You can see it's kind of rough on the skirts too, unfortunately. But I thought it turned out really well. I tried out some new techniques, which is like, these were huge gaps in the plastic, so I ended up getting them and sanding them down, but I need to do a better job in sculpting and redefining panel lines. And also, the back of the hair, which is really rough, but I mean, I guess I could excuse it as hair. I also tried a 2-finish color scheme, so you can tell that a lot of the armor is really shiny and metallic, while the body is flat. So I decided for the main character, or like, you know, the person beneath the armor, it would be flat. You know, it's a person, while everything else will be shiny. So there you see some detail on the sword that I did. And I think like the goldish and the copper kind of are close enough, and I actually like copper better. But yeah, that was my first SD kit, and the SD kit I turned in for this. So my second kit is a 1:144 scale, I brought in my O-1 Gundam. You cannot see that. That's custom painted. It was really because I was focusing on 2 other projects, so I didn't want to start a whole new project, a whole new 1:144 scale. So I just turned this in. I tried to improve it here and there, but it didn't really work out. You can still see the lines are really rough. But I did get a lot of compliments and a lot of compliments on it, which I was really happy about. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the errors while I'm at it, instead of leaving it for later. So on the SD, as I mentioned, it's a little rough in places. The eyes aren't perfectly round. I didn't get too much comments on this because this was the less important one. I think one of the hits that got me too is he looks like he's wearing red socks, if you can see that. And probably the putting job wasn't very well done. But yeah, otherwise I was pretty satisfied. Again, my first SD kit. In this one, I didn't get many comments either, but I knew what they would be. Kind of like the roughness. Probably seams would be another problem. That was a problem that I encountered in all my builds, because I'm not really good at seams yet. Hopefully, yeah, at least. I guess that was a little rough too. And I'm not sure, but the Tamashi stage act might have docked me some points too. So I guess the next day, I'm skipping ahead a little bit because on the next day I brought in my GN005 Virtue from Gundam Below, and I didn't get many comments on this either because I knew there were some errors and I could probably spot it myself. But so a couple of errors are no thing here, seams on the shoulder armor. There you go, you can see it there. Seams on the head, I'm not sure if there were. Bottom of the arm, I didn't paint apart. Little paint job was rough. Lines weren't very crisp. I think this also docked me some points. But otherwise, I was satisfied. I mean, again, it didn't get me too far ahead, at least. So those were my 2 1/144 kits. My next kit was my next 2 kits are the ones that I worked on the most. So first was Kamen Rider, Master Grade Figurized Kamen Rider Axel from Kamen Rider Double. And as you can tell, I painted the clear display stand with a hand-painted, thank you to a friend actually, who helped me paint it, with the Axel symbol. But this is kind of a last-minute thing. I was planning on maybe doing something with clear acrylic with just the symbol, but I guess it didn't work out. And I use a clear red back here. But here is Axel. And again, seams were my worst enemy. Sorry, I'm moving it. I decided to do a metallic color scheme using a chrome base coat and then a clear red over it. The hand, there's a seam here, very visible seam, kinda, and on the back of the legs. So again, seams were my enemy, and Derringer actually ranted about it on the Gundam Eclipse forums. So, like right there, you can see the seam on this leg, and probably on this leg too. Also, the paint wasn't even in places, and seams on the top of the head. That was probably another one that got me. But the problem was I didn't really know how to do the seams without sacrificing posability. And again, I'll do an official photo shoot later, try and get it as detailed as possible so you can all judge me. But I mean, I was very satisfied with my build. This one was actually the one I had the most hope for when I got there. There weren't many in the figure collection, in the humanoid figure collection. At least once I found out that the one I thought was going to win got Best in Shell, which was an amazing Gray Fox. And I mean, but unfortunately, Mr. Capcom got the best figure with his Mega Man, and it's really sad that he wasn't able to bring in his Kshatriya, but you know, life is more important. So that's my Master Grade Axel. Again, a photo shoot will come later. And my last project is the one that you've been staring at, at least its base for a while. I custom painted the base and masked and kind of refined a couple of things. I guess a couple of things that got me was that this wasn't finished here, and I kind of cheated on the edges. But here is the Master Grade Infinite Justice that I had finished like 1 or 2 nights before in decaling and everything. This was the pose. All the poses you're seeing here were practically the poses I had them at the competition. But as you can see, it's decaled and everything flat coated. One thing that I'm taking as a compliment, not sure if I should, is the fact that the backpack, the judges, or one of the judges at least, thought it wasn't painted. He thought I had just built it and top coated it, but no, I had actually painted everything on this kit, including the eyes, which I never do, which you can't really see. But again, the thing that got me were seams. The ones that were really noticeable were up on the boomerang, the shield, the head. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There you go, you can see it. The head. There was a couple of like mold lines and like places where I guess a peg goes in and then you have the socket. You can kind of see through it. He told me how to fix that. So my next build, I'm gonna be trying to make it a lot better. Lining is something I need help with also. It's kind of rough, I miss in places, and it doesn't completely come off. But I was very proud of my 2 kits, but the results were that I did not win anything. At least I didn't. I'm not sure if I placed. Sorry. I'm actually not sure if I placed at all because they didn't mention it. But congratulations to Mr. Capcom and Sophie, who I met, who did some really amazing Gundam cosplay, and she's from Gamera's forums. And actually, the judge, and the one I mostly talked with, was Gamera Bayonre. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Sorry. He is a really good builder. He's been coming to the forums, and and I just want to thank him for judging, because otherwise all my effort would have been for naught. So, after the competition. So I dropped off my kids, I hung around and met Mr. Capcom and Rick Hunter. We talked, hung out, and then I left for, let's see if I have it, for Arch Nemesis, where a man, where the panel person, I guess, I don't know what to call him, would talk about the psychological background and their tendencies about the enemy, about the arch villains and everything. But I actually left early, not because it was a bad panel, but because I had to go to a Toku photo shoot, since I did go as a character of Cake Boss, and there were some amazing ones over there. Some girls that did like a partial. There was a guy that was birthed. There were some full-on Gokaigers that I'll put up on a video slideshow later, so you'll get to see all that. After that, I went to line up for +2 comedy, but the line was filled. The room was filled. There were only then people in as people went out. So I decided to walk around, and I think that's when I went to, I don't know when it was, but I went to one of something 13. This organization 13's how to make a fight stick. So that was pretty cool. And then I went to Death Note Mafia. This someone created his own version of Mafia using Death Note, where most of the rules stay the same, but there are some added characters, and I thought it was really well done. And I didn't get to play during the panel, but afterwards he decided to let us play, and he actually joined in a couple games, and we stayed up until really late at night. So I came back again really late. So Saturday, I wake up late again. I missed Uncle Yo's Survival, Anime 101, and Mythbusters the Anime. And I meant to go to Uncle Yo's stand-up, but again the line was dreadful. Trigun, I meant to go to the Trigun movie, but it's been a while since I watched Trigun, A, and B, I'm not really, the line was ridiculous. So that's when I brought in my Virtue. I went to a competition again, and I actually waited around about an hour and a half while they judged, and I just talked to everyone, seeing what they thought, trying to find out, like, trying and see how they judged, what they looked for, see what I need to improve on. And that's when we found out the results that I already mentioned. And I picked up some stuff from the dealer's room. I will show you guys later, just because the loot video should be at the end. But otherwise, I was very satisfied with the contest and what I got, and next year I will be better. Sorry about that. Then I went to the Sunrise Industry panel where they talked about a lot of new releases, what's going to happen, what's going to go out, and I'm pretty excited. They showed Gundam Age. They let us ask questions. I asked about whether Age would be a 26 or 52 episode series. They said 52. Someone asked about Origin, but they did not budge. They told us they knew it was going to be animated, but they did not know how. If it would be an OVA, straight to DVD, or anything like that. So I guess we still have to wait for that. Then I stayed in the room, and the Bandai After Dark panel came up, and it turned out to practically be a Disappearance of Haruhi thing. They just talked about that and that the whole time, which is kind of dreadful. But I got some goodies from there that I'll show off in the loot. After that, there wasn't much to do, so after that I went to another Toku shoot, because I went as Nago Keisuke from Kamen Rider Kiba, but unfortunately I did not bring my homemade belt, because it would have been ripped and flimsy, and so I didn't get recognized too much, and I didn't get too many photos there. But on Friday I did get some photos, and I did get to pose going with the Subarashi and Happy Birthday and stuff like that. So that was really fun. And Sunday rolls around, and looking at the schedule, I didn't miss much. So I didn't end up going. I was too tired. I don't know. There wasn't much for me to do that day, so I decided to skip it. I had seen everyone I wanted to see, so I decided to lay off that one day. So that was Otakon. And now to the loot video. So, couple things. I did get a couple of things. I did buy a couple of things, but I got a lot of free stuff too, in terms of prizes. So there was NicoNico.com that handed me like 3 large shirts, extra large shirts actually. Nico's providing some service with a video and comments. So white with this thing on the front, and then on the back you have. Let me see if I can fold it up a little bit so you can see it. Some like that. So I got like 3 of these shirts. So oh well. I'll give them out somehow. I guess I'll keep one. Then at the Bandai panel, they gave out to the first 500 people. They gave out a goodie bag. And when I say a goodie bag, I mean a goodie bag. So I got a Gurren Lagann string backpack. Really nice material. This is embroidered on there, or like, you know, sewed in. So it's really good quality. Again, it's a string backpack, and it's really sturdy. So I'm really happy I was able to get it. I actually got one of the last ones. In it, I got some CD, but I gave it away to the guy next to me because he didn't get a bag. And I also got another shirt from Bandai, and that was a little schoolgirl shirt where it has a skirt. It's a shirt, and then in the back is the back view of that. So that was pretty cool, I guess. I'll see what I do with it. But the more interesting thing was, in the bag they gave out a bunch of Ghost in the Shell Gashapon. I put together a few of them, and I'm actually really happy I did, and I actually have 2 more. So, first one is the Tachikoma, I believe it's called, the blue one. It has an extra piece that I have not figured out where it goes, but otherwise I really like it. It's extremely back heavy, so they gave you a little clear blue thing that you put here in order to hold him up. So let's put him in the background. and they let you grab another one as you walked out. So I picked up another one. So I have a vintage, or not a vintage, I don't know if it's vintage, but new Tachikoma. No box, no instructions. But here, yeah. So if anyone's interested, and they want to buy them, maybe trade. I doubt it, but you know, if you want to buy them, hit me up. That message kind of goes out to mostly Double Gundam reviews. I know he loves Gashapon. Another one, I actually haven't watched the Ghost in the Shell series, so I do not know what these are. Another one is a maid from Jameson with this little pod with Nihon. I think that's what that is. And here you see the maid. She's apparently a cyborg, and she has these little missiles/laser guns. And really well done, but the problem is I can't really figure out how it goes. And kind of, look at that, under side boob, and you can see between the legs, kind of, or the legs. And I guess she sits there. I have no idea. And I actually got another one that I thought it was the same one, but it's not. It's the one here has a face. The face is like open, so you see the android eyes. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. The next one is the Sergeant, or Major, I guess. Again, I haven't watched it. And it's like this. She's leaning down. She has this grid. And in the background, let's see if I can get this. You get a stand. And if you can see that, come on. There you go. You see how it's imprinted with like symbols and stuff like that. Matrix-y kind of thing, but in blue. And she just kind of stands there with the cable out. The paint apps on the face aren't that well done. Like, I don't know, it looks odd. And then I got 3 more, and this one was actually really cool. It's actually really cool. I really like it. So this first one I opened was Saito, I think his name is. It's just a statue. It's actually pretty big. Let's see. Size comparison with a SD Gundam. And a big 1 to 144 scale. So it's a little smaller than it, but it's, you know, good size. Yeah, he comes with a silencer and a stand. And I don't know if you can recognize the stand yet. Next, I opened up this guy. He has a gun. It was kind of hard to pose his here you see his face. The face here are a lot better, in my opinion. You can see how it's coming off a little. And here's another part of the stand. And this one goes here, like that. Here, I'll tip it a little so you see what the stand effect is. And then you get the Major leaning down. Better head sculpt, I guess. Thinner. Really shiny pants. And here's the last part of the stand, and if you put them together, you get the Laughing Man symbol, which I think is sweet. So this one, it might take a little bit more to get my hands off it, if you want to trade for it. But yeah, so that's the stuff I got for free. All this I got for free. Then, we've been talking for a while, Mr. Capcom and I decided to buy one of his SD kits. And here it is. He didn't give me the box or anything like that, but I got the Gundam 00 SD Gundam. It's just the Gundam 00, not the riser. He comes with most of his parts, but I don't need all of his parts. He has like the inside of the GN drive, little clear thing. GN drive cones. Yeah, I don't know, not much there. V-fin, that's partially painted, so I'm gonna have to strip that somehow. So I bought that from him, and I just sent him his payment, so hopefully he got it, or will get it soon. And my last 2 kits, these are 2 I bought for intention of doing customs, which I'll talk about later. The first one on the first one is the SD Gundam Exia Repair 2. I had a choice between the regular Exia and the Exia R2. I got the R2 just because I had more pieces. That was really the main reason. and more to work with, really. And Gundam below, I'll do a full unboxing later. Again, they always cover up the good stuff. Oh well. And I got this for 13? I want to say like 13 bucks from Bluefin Distribution, which is nice because let's see if it's in here or not. Nope, it's not. Okay. Well, preview of the box, I guess. And last but not least, I got the 00 riser condenser type, high grade. But I mean, you might say, wait, don't you already have a 00 riser? I do, but the waist, the part between the red and the gray broke, so I had to fix that today. And also, I got the separate versions. I got the 00 and then the riser, which means I did not get the GN Sword 3, and I love this weapon. And this one just came with the condenser, so I said, why not? The only thing I'm kind of disappointed at, I thought you got the choice between the orange and the blue and the whitish, but you actually only get the milky white back here. So, oh well. But this one I'm going to be painting into the regular colors, and the other one will be a custom color scheme. So I'm on a roll with custom color schemes, you could say. And the SD is actually going to be another custom, but it's going to be a little bit more unusual in terms of, because I'm going to be transforming it into something else. Kind of like my other SDs actually, except for this one. But yeah, so that's it. Nothing else, nothing more. I actually got 2 shirts, but I'm not showing them off just in case my girlfriend is watching, because I got them for her. And I want them to be a surprise. So I'm not going to be showing those off. Maybe on my Twitter. But that is it. That is Otakon 2011 review. I thought the dealer's room looked a bit emptier than before. I think Otakon had a bad idea in doing no day passes. So the pass cost $75 for 3 days. I thought that was a bad idea, because people people from Baltimore especially would want to go down maybe one day and check everything out. I thought they lost a lot of business, but they may have also gained a lot of business, because people were like, I really want to go to this, but I have to pay for all 3 days. So it might have been more worth it for people who had hotels and stuff like that. But this is again, this is Chitaria. You just watched my review on Otakon 2010. If you have any questions, if you saw me as Cake Boss or Nago Keisuke, or if you saw my kits, please comment. Let me know so I can go look at your channel and we can talk. I met Rick Hunter. I may have met Tetsujin, but I did not notice. I met Gamera. And I mean, anyone who went to Otakon and wants to comment, say what they think. I know this was a long video and I apologize, but there was a lot to cover. So with that said, my next video will be probably one of the unboxings of one of the kits or something like that. But otherwise, thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys next time.